And we're back. This time, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be able to make the items rather quickly. Anyway. Friends of a feather. Sniff, sniff. What a pleasant aroma. Ah, pray forgive me. Pray forgive me. I couldn't help but notice the fragrance of herbs and spices about you. Are you by chance a culinarian? Oh yeah. So you're the guest I've heard so much about. I had no idea you were an artisan. No doubt of the highest order to keep company with the Crystal X-Art. This is such an honor. This is me. Where are my manners? My name is Bedrick, resident veterinarian, an overseer of the facet of nurturing. Now I know what you're thinking. There's no way this grisly monster of a man is fit to handle animals. I did not think that. I did not think that at all. I was thinking about the piece of food that's stuck into the hole of my tooth and I can't get it out. That's what I was thinking about. But hey, you just assume what I'm thinking, okay, man? But you be wrong. In fact, my scars only came about from handling the Amara. Don't let their docile appearance fool you. They can be quite feisty. Speaking of which, I have a patient due for an examination. Would you care to join me? I won't twist your arm on the matter, but if you'd mind to humor me, you can find me over at the Amara launch. But seriously, I was actually, while reading all that, I was actually trying to pick a piece of something out of my tooth that's the whole of it. I sadly do have. Well, it wasn't even that one. It was actually like one of my tooth. The tooth is gone, and like the hole it left from like when it was there is where the food. There's food that keeps getting stuck there, and it's like the worst. Supposed to be going to the launch, right? Yeah. Hello. Aha. So curiosity got the better of you, eh? The poor girl was hurt transporting cargo. Her sadly misguided owner let her wounds get infected. I insisted she stay here until she made a full recovery. Then the swelling's down, and so is the inflammation. A few more days and you should be fit to fly now. She's by far the sweetest animal I've had the pleasure of caring for. And she loves to be petted. Why don't you come closer and see for yourself? Come now, how could you say no to those starry eyes? Not come hither and pet me now. Go on, she won't bite. I want to pet the Amara. Word, I've never seen her take to a stranger so quickly. Why, it's as if you touched her very soul. You have a knack for caretaking. It calls to mind a gift the Amaru were said to possess long ago. Have you no doubt noticed the Amaru serve as steeds to transport? for transport and the delivery of goods, much like chocobos. The key difference between them, however, is Amuro were born of magic. Huh? A variety of lizards enchanted by mages in the days of the Ronkin Empire. Refined further into what we now know of Amaro through selective breeding. His arcane magics allowed them to sense the souls of their masters, and even speak. That's when the Empire fell, the techniques used for Amaro were lost. While they no longer possess their preternatural abilities of old, they've retained the ability of to fly and what I wouldn't give to chase the wind and touch the sky. To be an Amaro. Oh no. Is this going to be that weird quest line where he wishes we're going to have to find the creation? We're going to have to literally find a way to create a potion that could literally turn him into an Amaro. There's no finer animal in all creation. To be reborn as a majestic Amaro will be a blessing. Of course, I can understand if you do not share my enthusiasm. I've been looking everywhere for you. Lencia. Lisana. What a pleasant surprise. Finally come to that lecture on Amaro. Lecture on Amaro taxidermy? No time for your battle of animal facts. You need it at the stable. An Amaro has been brought in from the fields and it seems to be ill. We fear it may be poisoned. I'll be there at once. If the situation is as dire as it seems, I may need your assistance. Please say you'll come with me. This Amaro is probably like, that guy's crazy. He wants to be like one of us. It's like, we want to be you. Aww. We're here. Good. I've just finished a cursory examination. Not worry. He shows no signs of severe injury, but he has indeed been poisoned. Judging by his breathing, it's already caused inflammation of his windpipe. We must hurry and identify the toxin. Who would do such a thing? Poachers. They've been hunting Amaro, cutting out their tongues and leaving them to die on our doorstep for some time now. What? We've increased our patrols of the perimeter. They've proven more resourceful than we thought. At least this time we've succeeded in denying them their prize. For that we are grateful. I must act quickly. Befric, I leave him in your capable hands. Is everything alright? Oh, yes, of course. So the poachers use poison-laced feed, bearing a striking resemblance to our stores. This Agro will likely believe they were from the Crystarium. He trusted them, and they took advantage of his innocence. Would that I could make them see the error of their way, but I fear such witch hearts are beyond reason. I give a try to undo the damage they've caused. And to do that, I would ask your assistance. Come, there's no time to waste. Thank you for coming. I've identified the poacher's poison. However, producing an antidote will prove to be much more delicate process than I was expecting. You see, this Amaro is of a different breed than those I am accustomed to caring for. All those you've seen here in the crystarium are greytails. Our patient, however, is a berobed skipper from the region long since lost to the flood. Under normal circumstances, I would be beside myself with excitement. He may very well be the last of his kind, meaning there can be no room for error in the preparation of an antidote. This task calls for an artisan of surpassing skill, one who understands the heart of these blessed creatures. Ronald, I believe this is why fate guided your steps to me. I beg of you, help me save this Amaro. I knew I could count on you. Based on his blood work and my knowledge of greytail physiology, I've put together a list of ingredients that should produce a rather potent antidote. The rest falls on you. Yay! 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. So that would mean... Okay, so it does do it. Okay. The usual. Actually, no. I don't have to do that. Alright, it's just this. Yep, I am. Delicious. That do be tasting good. Let me eat more of that. Yeah. Since we have access to... See, I cut down the time a little bit more. I didn't have to run all the way to the market board, and I can just sit here and just make these. It only takes about a minute, so. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Thankfully, the injuries he sustained were minor. The poison, however, is another matter entirely. It has to be flushed out of his system and soon. I got it, don't worry. I got it. Oh. Hey. Not a moment too soon. After I tested its efficiency, I'll begin administering the antidote right away. Good. The usual was the It looks like Skip is going to pull through, and that's all thanks to you. You weren't here for that, were you? He may reside here at the Crystarium for some time, but we thought it best to give him a name. Being a skipper from the Berube region, we thought Skip would be suitable moniker. We're not quite out of the woods yet, but if we continue treatments, the poison should be gone from his system soon enough. I must say, I did not expect you to be such an accomplished apothecary. Indeed, the antidote's effectiveness has exceeded all my expectations. In my experience, such literary work only comes from one deeply concerned for the well-being of their patients, and it certainly shows here. Truly, you are an inspiration. Would that I had met you in my youth, perhaps then I could have, or perhaps not. Pay no mind to my ramblings of the past. We can but focus on the present. That being the recovery of our dear Skip. Steam level increased. Aww. I'm now an Amaro enthusiast. His recovery is speeding up pace, but there's still the matter of the wound. Wow, what a pleasant surprise. I was just about to go and check on Skip, as well as administer another dose of your medicine. Care to join me? Of course. Alright. The worst has passed, but he still has trouble eating on his own. Until we show further improvement, I decided to keep him on a mostly liquid diet. Needless to say, we've kept him well hydrated in our favorable fare, such that it has somehow managed to keep up his appetite. Your wounds are healing quite nicely, Skip. Still, he needs lots of rest. I'll feel better once he's regained the strength to walk. Still believe that he's even here, and honest to God's bereaved skipper. Even assuming few escaped the flood all those years ago, their domestication should have left them ill-suited to survive in the wild. Obviously, Skip is proof to the contrary. It begs the question, if they found sanctuary here in Nevada, why would he leave? Was it a curiosity of people that led you to Lakeland? I can only imagine your horror when you realize the poacher's intentions. But enough fretting. Skip is safe now, and there's still much to be done to ensure his swift recovery. I must thank you again for the antidote. It's proving surprisingly effective, despite how little we know of his breed. And there have been no side effects from its usage. However, because Skip has needed so much rest, it will be that much harder to regain his physical strength. Do you think it's possible you could prepare dietary supplements for him? Something easy on the stomach, but high in nutrition, help restore his stamina. Truly, you are a saint. I'll leave you to your work then. Nutrient-rich porridge. Ooh. I hope making a high-quality one does not mess it up. God. You need like 18 bowls of this stuff? You gonna eat all this? The sun is going down. It'll soon be dark and I'll have to close the blinds soon. I mean the curtains. I don't have blinds yet. I gotta get blinds. Da-da-da. There we go. Wonderfully done, Ronald. Why, I'm tempted to sample this myself. In fact, I think I will. Oh, come on, you ate it? Good texture, rich flavor, and no doubt full of The bursting with nutrients. Yes, yes. This will do nicely. He tasted it. What is wrong with this guy? This is more than enough to see Skip back on his feet. Thank you. He will be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure. More so if you should have time to pay him a visit. Skip, whenever I look at him, I'm reminded of my youth. Despite my appearance now, I was rather foolhardy in my day. What a time that was, diving headlong into the thick of battle, axe in hand, astride my faithful Amaro. Every job was carried out to the letter, by any means necessary. There was nothing I wouldn't do for a bit of coin. The headsman, they used to call me. That's all in the past. I'm a veterinarian, motivated not by coin, but my love of Amaro. And as a fellow enthusiast, I hope I can turn to you again in the future should I have need of assistance. Something tells me something happened to his Amaro. This isn't his enthusiasm and his love and his obsession with them. Amaro lover. It's him trying to atone for something that happened to his. Hey, he's walking. Whoa, he's standing. He's standing up now. Ah, you really shouldn't sneak up on me like that. It wouldn't do to leave the Crystarians Amaro without their veterinarian. But since you're here, would you care to join me on a trip to the rookery? I think you'll be happy to see how Skip's condition has improved. Oh, you're looking good. He's not yet able to fly, but it's quite a relief to see him walking again. We'll need to keep a close eye on him and adjust his diet to his condition improvements. Oh, as his conditions improve. You know what, Skip? It's time to eat. Still wary, I see. He refuses to eat anything unless I or one of the stable hands taste it first. Skip, Ronald prepared this specially for you. I think that's the... That's the way. Keep eating like that and you'll build back your strength in no time at all. But that his heart could be so easily mended. In light of his ordeal, I can understand his apprehension at the approach of our stable hands. But even the presence of other Amaro leave him in a panic. It would be foolish to return him to the wild in his present state, but to continue caring for him here would prove no less difficult for him. Every day I feed him, I tend to his wounds, yet he refuses so much to glance in my direction. But he'll stare me down. Or is he looking at you? It's just... What's this? He would allow you to gaze into his limpid pools of raven black eyes? Of raven black... Could it be he's finally ready to open his heart to us? The strength of our friendship. He's like, no. It seems at least he's beginning to spring in his step. Perhaps we should return to the beat. There's still more work to be done. Right. I suspect you hear this quite often, but I cannot thank you enough for all your help. Were it in my power, I would hire you as my personal apothecary. I could finally rest easy knowing that the Amaro had quality fare. It's not to say we failed to take good care of them, mind you, but there's no denying the fruits of your work. As a matter of fact, your supplements have already done wonders for Skip's stomach. His appetite has returned and his bowel function is markedly improved, which is why I believe it is time we move to the next stage in his treatment. Having rested for so long, I suspect Skip's muscles suffer from some degree of atrophy, atrophy, which is why I need you to create a new supplement to help strengthen his muscles. Are you up for the challenge? Yeah, shouldn't be hard. Yeah, you're gonna want like 20 billion of these too? I mean, oh, I forgot the. Apparently, I forgot the meat. Okay. Alright, let me take care of this first, and then I'll. Going much faster. The two goals I have is finish up this tonight, because I'm doing videos back to back. Pretty much is get done this quest, these crafting and gathering quest lines in Shadowbringers, and then work on the Black Mage 70 to 80 quest lines. No, 60 to 70, and then do the 80 quest line on top of it. And then I'll finally have all my abilities, and then I can look at it and be like, I still don't know how to play Black Mage. It shouldn't be long before Skip fits fine again. Your supplements will help him recover that much faster. You are unable to carry any more white scripts, I know. How is it you make something so simple seem such a delicacy? I believe this warrants another sampling. Quite palatable and full of nutrition. Skip needs nutrition. Skip needs. Well done. Stop eating it. Stop eating things I make. It's for Amaro, not you. This should be more than enough to see Skip to a full recovery. He's grown quite fond of mealtime, you know. Though I think that's mostly to do with your handiwork. You should see the way he perks up at the mere mention of your name. But I worry what will happen when you're gone, and another sickly Amaro is brought to the stables. When it falls to me to prepare the medicine needed for their consolence. Not fond of cooking, I take it? Quite the contrary. Supply me with 4 eggs and I can cook the greatest omelet that will ever pass your lips. My recipe for baked beans is also rather popular, but I know that is not what you meant, is it? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. As I mentioned before, I once enjoyed the companionship of an Amaro back when I still worked as a mercenary. We were inseparable. One fateful day when he was gravely wounded trying to protect me from sin eaters. I brought him back to the Crystarium with all haste, but resources were scarce, and a caretaker for Amaro was unheard of, let alone a proper veterinarian. So I took matters into my own hands using my personal store of medical supplies. It wasn't until he began convulsing that I realized the dosage was too strong. I could have watching her as he thrashed about in pain, screaming, pleading for help. Then suddenly, he grew still. I swore then and there no man or beast would die by my hands ever again. The next day, I traded in my axe for books to learn all there is to know of Amaro and their care. That said, I've always been of the belief that any medicine to be administered should be prepared and one adept in the arts. After seeing all you've done to help Skip, I'm beginning to think I have more studying to do. Speaking of Skip, there's something I wish to discuss with you, but I fear I've taken up enough of your time as it is. Why don't you come back later after you've had a bit of rest? Wow. Honestly, I thought it was going to be something else, like... An armor aficionado? I don't know these words. They're not words I come across every day. Help. Quest. No doubt you're eager to learn how Skip is doing. Well, I'm happy to report that thanks to your efforts and the care of your stable hands at Timero Rokri, he's made a near full recovery. Physically, at least, the wounds of his heart yet remain. He sits about the stable brooding, avoiding contact with me, Kanem, even the hour Amaro. Before there can be any deliberation on whether he remains here or be released back in the wild, I must ensure he is sound in both body and mind. For that, I must ask him for your help. I am loath to admit it, but you are the only one to whom Skip has shown any matter of affection. Not that I'm jealous, mind you, merely an observation. The poor boy barely eats, though I do recall he is quite willing to partake of the medicine you provided, and the way you gazed into each other's eyes as if he... my point is, I believe he would be willing to emerge from his seclusion for you. Would you try talking to him and see if he responds? I don't know why I ran here. I could have just teleported. That's fine though. Goodness. Simply look at you seems to set his heart aflutter. Could you assure him that everything will be fine? With saying it, say the phrase, everything will be fine. There we go. It's as if he's become a different creature altogether. He looks so happy, so carefree. Perhaps now I too can get through to him. Skip. Skip. Still, he regards me with that icy gaze. After all we have done to nurse him back to health, why is it only you to whom he shows affection? There's no denying that it was you who prepared the medicine that treated his poison. Doubt Skip is aware of that fact. Surely there is more to his fondness for you than that. Is it a female? To do with the Amaros in it? Pretty desperate disposition to magic. It is what allows them to sense the ether of others, though nowhere near as strongly as their ancestors. Indeed, so in tune were Yamaro of Eld with their riders. They were often said to be of one mind. I can but wonder how such a pairing from an early age would influence cognitive development, or if their breeder might... What are you trying to say? Oh, there I go, getting carried away again. What was I saying, right? Skip's predestination of magic. Perhaps he could set your ether more strongly than ours, thereby giving him a greater understanding of your concern for his well-being. Despite the lengths we have gone to heal his body, without you, I dare say we would never be able to heal his heart. Yet there still remains the matter of whether we keep Skip here at the Crystarium or return him to the wilds. I only want what's best for him, but I fear my decision will not be in line with what he desires. Skip, if you only speak to us. I know of an Amaro that can interpret. You're acquainted with a talking Amaro, truly? Oh, be still my beating heart. There is a name for such speech in the Rokin language. Tukwa Amaro, the paragons of their kind. I'd never dared to dream meeting one that would be possible. What a time to be alive. Thank you. Take me now. Take me to Wallendorf, to Amaro Paradise. That is to say, we must take Skip. That we might discern what it is that he wishes to do. Of course, this means we must traverse through Ilmag, home of the Pixies. Do you suppose that they would grant us passage? No, it doesn't surprise me that you've befriended them. Still, I think it would be best to err on the side of caution. You must prepare a tribute for me and Skip. I'm behind him. It's just like, what? Stop being crazy. Well, we are strangers to the Pixies. It is the shortest way for me and Skip to appease them. Alright. Thank you. Thank you so much. I promise I'll make this up to you one day. And you need to speak with her, and she will take care of the rest. Oh, they want me to just straight up synthesize this thing right here? Okay. Ah, I do love cooking up offerings of sweets in the morning. Skip and I are counting on. Yep, I know you are. There you go. Ooh. Goodness gracious. I've never seen such brilliant craftsmanship. I may be tempted to partake before we reach our destination. I jest. Now, before we reach our final destination, we're to make a stop in Lena Lenar, yes? Here now, Ronald. Skip is in fine health, and I have no doubt he would travel near or anywhere with you at his side. Let's be off then to Ilmag. Alright, I'm gonna make a quick stop before I do this. What's it called? Ovons? O-V-I-M. I need 6 of them. Ovem meat. Oh god. Pay out the money. It doesn't matter. Slight detour. Now let's go. Hi. There you are. The Pixies were quite pleased with our tribute. They even promised we won't have to take part in any other games. Pick the honor, they said. Not that I don't trust them, but I'd rather not stay around over long in case they should change their minds. If they change their mind, they'll have to deal with me. I know the ruler now. I know Titania. Titania, up here in the castle. The new one. The one that runs the show now since we defeated the old one. It's so much more beautiful than I could ever imagine. Why have you returned so soon? Oh, that must be Skip's true name. But wait, that would mean he was raised here, wouldn't it? Why do you not answer? Forgive me for interrupting, but Skip has been in my care for some time now. I assure you, he cannot speak. It would appear a terrible trauma has caused him to withdraw into silence. If you know what happened to him, I would hear it. I see. We thought perhaps you would offer insight into what it is he wishes to do. I sense great turmoil within his heart. He's ever loved the children of man, but now that love gives way to fear. He had a companion once long, long ago. Together they left their home behind and traveled the world. It was that shared love of adventure that led them here to Nerva, sparing them from the flood. The light robbed Lug of his home in the passage of time. His companion. He wandered the land alone until eventually he happened upon, Waldorf. We took him in, raised him as a kin, and offered him guidance when he came of age. He has lived with us for over a century, yet solemn does he speak his mind to me and the others. His reclusive nature has proven troublesome at times, but I know he means well. All these years it still mourns the loss of his companion, of the lives they touched on their adventures. As to why he might have left, assumed he sensed someone or something familiar to him, reminiscent of his past life. I think it may have been you that drew him away from Waldorf. Oh, Luke, you sought man's companionship, but instead found his cruelty. I thank you both for keeping him safe, but I must ask you to leave him here. We'll take good care of him, I promise. Alright, such deep swallow, but there'll come a day when we'll meet again, Skip. Be well, my friend. Let's hurry back to the Crystarium. If we stay any longer, I fear I may never want to leave. Are you certain, Luke? You've been through a terrible ordeal, this is true, but there's still good in this world. I would hazard you understand this better than most. This is not a decision to be made lightly. Isaac! Man. I thought we got over the part of, like, getting upset and things and the emotional trauma of Shadowbringers, but here we are. Another story that just keeps doing this over and over. The last one was the same thing. And the one before that. Only, so far, only Kurzweil's was the funny one. The funny and happy one. And it's like, because it was just her being crazy, obsessed over something. It was funny. We need to stop with the emotional roller coasters. The most amazing thing has happened. It's Skip. I mean Luke. He's returned to the rookery. Why? Or was I dreaming? You don't suppose this should be some cool trick of the pixies, do you? Oh, he's back. Where we belong. Auto pray gave me a moment for my heart to return to my chest. Okay. I was on my way back here when I happened to be down at the stables and I saw him. I saw Skip quickly. We must go and see him. I don't have to go that fast. Skip, what are you doing? By the gods, it's really you. But why would you return? Why would he return? You don't suppose the Amaro of Wuggerhog mistreated him, do you? No, no, they were quite nice. Oh boy! Why is... But I want to live here with you, Beathrick and Ronald. He speaks. Yes. Ooh, you do have the gift. I'm sorry for not speaking sooner. It was not my intention to deceive you. It's not to apologize for. Were I in your position, I would have likely done the same. I still can't believe you're here. What exactly happened after we left you at Waldorf? I spoke with the other Amaro, the poachers and their poison, of your kindness and how you nursed me back to health. Sensing the conflict in my heart, they bade me think long and hard for what it was I truly desired. For nigh on a century, I have longed for the companionship I once shared with man. Yet it was not until I encountered the poachers that I became truly aware of his capacity for cruelty. I began to think perhaps all men secretly harbored such wickedness with them. Then I thought of Ronald and the food he so lovingly made for me. It reminded me of my youth and the partner with whom I once explored the world. It reminded me that I must endeavor to seek the good in men's hearts. And I can think of no better place to do that here at the Crystarium, if you will have me. I can see no reason why not. What say you, Colonel? I would welcome it, Skip, without question, but it's not a decision for me to make alone. It must be discussed with the other stable hands. Thank you. Yeah. Happy of it. A thought occurred to me. If you were to stay here at the stables, would you be able to tell us what the other Amaro are thinking? Indeed, I could. I recall them being rather jealous of the food I ate when I last was here, though they understood it was part of my treatment. Truly, have they said anything about me? Oh, why would you think to say of you? Man. Speaking of foods, Ronald, is there any chance you could prepare any of the food from my homeland? I'm sure they would love it. What a splendid idea. Nothing brings people together, I suppose, in this case, Amaro, like a delicious meal. How about it, Ronald? Think you can compare Amaro fare and the Baru fashion? I'll put together a list of necessary ingredients, as this is a rather special request. You can be sure your efforts will be handsomely rewarded. Already on it. What's that? Yep, I have everything I need, so I don't have to worry. Excellent. Wow, what? I guess condition only matters if you're trying to do quality. It affects the quality numbers. It's like 15% right there. Now what now? At least I'll know if it's if I should be trying to create high quality or low quality. Guess it doesn't matter. You outdone yourself, Ronald. You don't mind if I have a taste of you. Goodness me, the Amaro of Beirut must have lived like kings. Your prowess continues to inspire. Yay. Expertly done. I had better hurry this over to the stables before I'm tempted to sample more. You'll still go and visit Skip from time to time, right? Won't you? Sure, it would mean the world to him. It does my heart good to see the Amaro so happy and healthy. I would do anything to keep them safe. Though I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about another poacher attack. There won't always be a craftsman on hand to mix the medicines I require. I'm certain you'll find a way. I can teach you. Ever the optimist, I see. I said I would do anything to keep them safe, and I meant it. I think it's high time I begin studying medicine in earnest for Skip and the others. Speaking of Bloom, Kim said she wished to speak with me about Skip, staying at the Crystarium. If you have a mind to hear what she has to say, would you care to join me? Confidant. A new quest has appeared on the board. The final quest. Healing old wounds. There you are, as I told you before. Kim wishes to speak with me about Skip's staying here at Crystarium. If you would also hear what she has to say, meet us over at the Rookery. Okay. The Rookery. I'm trying to go to the launch and it's like, wait, no, that's not where I need to go. Skip, what's up? You come, great. Before we begin, I would thank you again for the feed you prepared for the Amaro. It was most excellent, and the other Amaro enjoyed it as well. Yay. But I digress. Now, as you may or may not be aware, Kim is the stable master here at the Rookery. It warms my heart to see you well, Skip. I've given the matter of your staying much thought, and there's no denying the value of your presence here at the Crystarium. Then I have your leave to stay. In a word, yes. However, everyone here must do their part. To be certain that you two are able to contribute, I would have you undertake a test. Yes, two in fact. First, I would have you partake of the food we provide to the other Amuro here at the stable. Being of a different breed, we must be certain our feed is suitable to your constitution. That seems reasonable. I do not wish to alarm you, but the staple fare of our Amaro is the same as that used by the poachers who poisoned you. Must we really subject him to this now? It is not his constitution that concerns me, but the trauma. There's only so much we can do to accommodate a single Amaro of many. It would be impractical to maintain a separate stock of food for him alone. If he proves comforted, yeah, we can discuss the next test. But there is no other way, then I must try. Believe in you. Ronald, would you be willing to prepare the feed? Perhaps he would assuage his fears if he senses it was made by your hand. Thank you. If you have need of supplies, you need only ask. When you have finished, bring the feed. Gotta make that high quality Zoom style Amaro feed. You know that's good stuff. And that's the end of this quest line. Let's go, folks. What's that noise? Is that Chocobo? It's Chocobo. We're counting on you for that feed. Sorry, my side's acting. This is my right side started hurting. Oh, that looks good. I would eat that. Another culinary masterpiece. This is fantastic. You're quite skilled to master a recipe so quickly. Such quality would normally require years of training. Are you certain there's no other way? Already I can feel my stomach turning in. Let's get Ronald prepared especially for you. This is good. Morning good. This is delicious. I regret not partaking sooner. Thank you, Ronald. It's a spirit. And imagine how much more enjoyable your meals will be in the company of the other Amaro. We may move to the next test then. You must fly from the belt to the Amaro launch carrying a passenger. Of course, to prepare him for the work the other Amaro carry out, yes? Precisely. All who live here at the Crystorium must do their part to support our community. For you, that part would be the transport of goods and people. I've not had a rider since the flood. Still, I am an Amaro. Such a task to prove a simple one. Come, Ronald, let's be off. No, you must take Big Frick. Hey. It is clear you have formed a strong connection with Ronald, Skip. You are not like to share any such bond with riders in your but you are not like to share any bond with riders in your day-to-day work. It has been too long since I've ridden. What's more, Skip has but recently recovered. And one proficient in such a skill is not easy forgotten. You will ride and be faithful. This is more about him than Skip. That's what this test is. You may stay to observe if you like. Perhaps your presence will settle their nerves. And I cannot fail, provided I don't make a mess of things, of course. I'll try not to let Skip down. Standing at the armor range, more difficult than one might think, but I'll guide him as best I can. We'll be waiting for you at the bell. Are you sure about this? Oh, it's in Lakeland. Oh, that bell. And a bit. Hang on. Yeah, my FC leader wants to do maps. Agonize. You know what? I might take a break from this and do that for this quest. Because I'll be honest, I'm gonna need all the mental fortitude to deal with the fishing quest lines and the custom deliveries, unless I can manipulate it and just buy the fish outright, which will probably be way more expensive. This is it, Skip. How are you feeling? Equal parts terrified and excited. It was here that I was assailed by the poachers, but as we take to the sky and fly back to Crystarium, I intend to leave those painful memories behind. Hold on a minute, isn't that? Well, I'll be if it's that talking Amaro we got away from us the other day. Oh, it can't be. Don't you two move here. We don't want any trouble. Just your feathered friend here. They say the tongue from an Amaro like that can cure any illness. Should fetch a nice price from those overfed prigs in Elmore. Hang on. Let me get. I'm like 1,000 times more powerful than them all put together. Amaro's tongues have never been proven to process such curative properties. Doesn't matter what we think. If they're willing to pay Gil hand over fist for a sliver of their tongue, who are we to argue? We need to alert the guards somehow. If they can be apprehended and questioned, perhaps we can locate their hideout and put an end to their entire operation. It's somewhat of a gamble, but I have an idea. Yeah, I kind of got one too. Let me change jobs and take care of this one. Skip, do you think you could lift me up into the air? No, not again. Best speak up now while you still can. Chin up, kid. We'll get through this. And make them suffer all the same. You're right. I can't squander you all. All you and the others have done for me. Back quickly. Wait here, Ronald. You expect... you're gonna let me change my class, right? What are you lot up to now? the way, maggot. We're having that. Wow. Man, I could have hit that. I could have hit him higher. I could have hit him with my arrow. Nope. The hell? What is happening? What is that? Let's go. Right. What is that? What are those? My legs. I can't feel my legs. Was that a thunderball? Out of the way, Ron. Uh-oh. Oh, no. 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 Y'all pay for this? What was that? This is not how I expected this to happen. Jeez. At least they're gone. Are you alright? The plan was successful, and that's all thanks to you, Skip. You were so brave up there. You should be thanking Ronald, not me. He helped me find the strength to cast away my fears. Yeah. And I almost got struck by lightning. And now I'm ready to complete trial to the Crystarium. You gonna give me a lift? Because I deserve a lift after that. I just ran for my life. I almost got turned. I almost got burnt. I almost became a burnt cinder. Skip took to the sky as if it belonged to him, and Cohen bore witness to it all. From takeoff to landing, I had my doubts at first, but he has grown so much in such a short time. Soon I will call the Crystarium home, and after I inform the guard of our recent encounter with the poachers, I should hope that will be the last we hear of them. Let us return to the rookery. Yay. Except for the fact that I almost got burnt to a crisp. I almost became a lightning rod. A tiny little lightning rod. Oh god. Yeah. There you are. I insisted we wait for your arrival before Kim announced her decision. After Baroness has to skip flight from the Maryland and its outstanding bravery in the face of danger, I hereby declare him fit to join the Amaro here at Tamino's Rookery. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I promise to do all I can that my gift might bring man and Amaro closer together as they once were in the days of Monka. From what you told me earlier, you were no slouch either. Yes. Wow. I'm merely grateful I had the opportunity to overcome my apprehension of riding Amaro. How fortuitous that you chose me rather than one of your stable hands. I'm not sure I understand what it is you're implying. More importantly, this whole ordeal has taught me that it requires more than knowledge to be skilled in medicine. If I'm ever to be A truly great veteran, I have to let go of the past and my fears of failure. It has kept me from fully committing to the care of Amaro despite my love for them. I suspect they could sense my trepidation. A lesson I think we all would do well to learn. Thank you again, Ronald, for all your help. And you as well, Patrick. If your intention is to be more committed to the care of the Amaro, I hope that means we can count on you to prepare our food in the future. For you, skip anything. What do you say we turn to the meme, Ronald? The Amaro's medicines, one for mixing, and they won't do it themselves. The future looks bright, old friend. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick. After this is done, I'm gonna take a break and do some maps, and then we'll do the final quest line. Oh, Ronald, you've done so much for me and the Amaro. I'm at a loss as to how to repay your kindness. Skip wouldn't be alive if not for you. And like it is not, I would have placed the blame on anyone but myself. That's all ends now. I will do whatever it takes to ensure the Amaro never again want for succor. I have my work cut out for me. But don't be a stranger, alright? Perhaps I can even help you with something for a change. Yay, Savior of the Amaro. There are other quests here. There's other mistakes in the universe. Please keep that in mind. I've earned the achievement. It was a mistake. The myth takes form. Forces of the deep? Let's live long and prosper. See, there's quests that I have to still do. It's a massive list. Oh wow, I'm almost literally at 200. What in the world? You can need, yeah, we did them. Wait, what was that? What's this? The burdens we bear. Beast of Famine. Magic Dragon. Dragons Deep. Yeah, okay. So there's still 2 more for that. 1 from that. Done that. Done that. Wait, Seeker of the Bounty, Seeker of Skill, Seeker of Truth. That's Sage and that's Reaper. Okay. Tearful Reunion. Speaker of the Animal. The role quest Soul Temperance. Oh, okay. Okay, those are role quests. I'm sorry. The professional. That must be the... Wait. No, that's not... That's... No. No. His dark matter? Dark materia. See, these are the other ones that I need to do. Monster Hunter. Witness the Dark Apocalypse. Anyway. Yeah. So that's gonna be it for now. At least for this job. When I come back, it's gonna be the worst of them all. Fishing. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look up information about that and such. But I'll do it. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Alright. Till next time.